What's going on, man? It is midnight in the East Coast, and we are back for episode 13. It is currently, I guess it's Wednesday, July 21st. It's like 12:15 a.m.
It's Wednesday.
Marshall just got here,
Nice.
straight off of work. He just flew in,
Fucking working
and
motherfucker.
he's a working motherfucker.
Goddamn
And
right.
look, man, got to make money. And we just I had a night. Look, man, I wasn't hanging out with the lady, so let's do the damn thing. I'm jacked up on Rockstar, and just I've been left here with too much damn food in my house to eat, and I've just been eating. It's been bad. But this show, as always, is brought to you by me, myself, and I.
Nice.
TMF Apparel.
Let's do
I
it.
do have my free Britney shirt on. Bam, there it is.
Hey man, we're all rooting for her.
You can scope
the
that out.
whole world is who
They
at
are.
this point is wanting her to be.
Exactly.
Who is still wanting? Who in their right mind still thinks she should be in that thing?
Hitler. He's the only one. He's the only one left.
I will say, I will strongly encourage her to stop making the videos until it's over. That's all I'm going to say. They are not, I've watched them. They're not going to help her cause. And I'm a fan. I love her. I love her. I want her to be free. I can't imagine what kind of music she'll start putting out. I think it'll be pretty amazing. I really do. I think she'll put out some amazing
I
shit.
don't know. I don't know what she's gonna do, but I know this. People put up crazy shit on the internet all the time. She should be no different. She should be allowed to do it.
She should be allowed to do it.
Should
And
have
as
that
soon as the conservatorship is over, I'm sure she's going to do it, ad
she just
nauseum.
disappears.
Until then, Brittany, chill. Just chill. You're almost there. It'll be over soon.
All right, today. Well, yesterday, since today is now Wednesday. Historic day was Jeff Bezos went up into space.
Oh, man, yeah. That was awesome.
And the capsule came. I missed a lot. I saw it come down. I didn't see it go up. But he did it.
Man.
And then what did he do? What did he do when he came back to Earth? Do you know what
Had
he
a
did?
press conference.
Yeah, a press conference. Yes, he did.
And he gave out an award.
We'll call it an award.
He gave out a $100 million award. I would call that a pretty fucking steep ass award. That's a crazy ass award. I saw that. I saw him give out $100 million to Van Jones.
Just two people. Two people got $100 million.
Oh, I saw Van Jones. Who else got it?
Van Jones and a celebrity chef named, where's it at? I have to pull up here. Right here. This is so crazy. So he gave out $200 million, and
Which is nothing to him.
no, but
Which is like me giving somebody $20.
bro, it's something to a lot of other people though. Celebrities have Jose Andres.
All right.
So $100 million to give to either themselves, charities, or charities of their choice. They can do with whatever they want.
Well, they got
$200 million
I
combined.
feel like they got to give it. It's not. They're not going to be able to keep any part of it.
No, but they have their own charity, and they can just be like, well, it went to my charity.
I guess.
It's- Here,
I'm
now-
hoping that the people that he's chosen to receive the award, based on what the award is supposed to be for, are going to try to use the money to do. They showed some clips of Van Jones and what he's done, and I was like, wow, man, that dude's doing some serious shit.
The controversy behind him is that he claimed to be a communist, apparently, at some point.
Who, Van Jones?
Yeah. And
I
so
don't
that
care
he
if
dubbed
somebody's
himself
a
a communist and previously called former President Donald Trump's election a white lash. This was a white lash against a changing country. So he's a little bit controversial on that topic. But it's...
I'm going to say this about communism. So I'm going to state this about communism. In its purest form, without any corruption, do you even know the definition of from each according to his abilities, to each according to his needs? That is the description of what communism is supposed to be. Now, you can take all the meaning that we now have in America and the way that we toss it around, like every other word that people have no idea what it actually means. They have no idea what patriotism means. They have no idea what communism means. They have no idea what socialism means. They have no idea what fascism means. They throw those terms around. They have no fucking idea. Nobody has any fucking idea what they mean. They throw them around as a way to divide each other. Communism in its purest form is just a group of people taking care of each other. That's it. That's all it is. That's all it really is. Now, has it ever been instituted in its purest form? No. People are corrupt as fuck. They're greedy. The people that are in charge, they get to make the rules. They take everything for themselves and fuck everybody else over. That's not communism. That's dictatorship. And that's where the problems come from.
Okay. It's fair. That's fair.
I know your opinion is different.
I mean, no, I mean the definition. If you want to go by definition, sure. It's just not how things have been. So the second thing that Jeff Bezos decided would be a good idea to say is this right here. He said, "Thanks to all Amazon customers and employees who paid for my space flight." And people are infuriated.
Who's infuriated?
People on the internet.
It's a fact.
They're mad.
Why is anyone mad at him?
They're mad. They said they want a refund.
They want a
They
refund?
want a refund. What?
I mean, you know.
Listen, if you've ever bought something from Amazon, then you paid for this guy. If you've ever sold something on Amazon, you paid for this man to be a billionaire. That's facts.
Yeah. He's the richest guy in the world, right?
Yeah. He's current. I mean, supposed to be
200 billion. I can't imagine who else has more money than he does.
I would imagine there's somebody in Saudi Arabia that has more money than him. But, you know.
Why? Why would there be somebody in Saudi Arabia? We are now the number one. We're the world's largest producer of oil. We have more. We put out more than those motherfuckers do. Now, why would they be richer than somebody we've got?
Old money plus new money.
Maybe, I guess. And then the fact that all of it goes to one guy, maybe, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it's a different place over
right.
there. There's definitely some wealth beyond wealth out there. I mean, let's look at.
We had a dude when I was in college who was in my fraternity who was from Saudi Arabia, and he wasn't famous, but paid for everything all the time. Like we'd be like, let's have a big party. He'd be like, all right, I'll pay for everything.
Right. I mean, okay. I think there's a point over there where there's just endless money over there.
Yeah.
Someone just money doesn't even exist.
All right. So Jeff
Bezos lit some people on fire with that.
I'm really upset.
You know, he went up there.
What are you fucking mad about? What are you mad about? You don't know that that's where his $200 billion came from? Is there anybody that goes on Amazon that is like, how is this guy making money?
No, there's zero people.
People at this point they get addicted to shit like that.
Yeah.
And they can't there's no breaking that addiction. They don't give a fuck. Look, he could fuck him a lot worse than he is.
It's true.
And they would still put up with it.
Well, people were definitely mad that he gave away $200 million to these two individuals for the charity, and they didn't give it to like employees and shit like that, you know. So
if he wanted to give it away to them, he could. What amazes me about that place is, have you heard of the working conditions?
Yeah.
People walk around with bottles strapped to their waist that they can piss into.
I don't know if I go that far.
I'm saying that's what
I don't know if it's true or not. I'll tell you what I do.
That's what they've said. I've heard facts that people walk around with bottles around their waist that they can piss into during their shift so that they don't have to take a piss break because they can't.
No, that's not. I would say if they did that, it's their personal choice. But I will say
if they're doing that, you're making a personal choice between basically human dignity and non-dignity.
What I read about it, and I've seen some videos, people who work there posted them, probably got fired, is that, well, we know for a fact, I mean, Amazon makes it perfectly clear. They track everything you do, your amount of the steps it takes for you to get from here to there,
right?
How much time it should take. Your efficiency is tracked. You get fired via an app on a device they give you. If your efficiency falls, you will get a notification that your services are no longer needed and you're just gone, which is insane. I mean, it's efficient. And a lot of people don't end up taking breaks because the places that they work in are so huge that by the time you walk from where you are to the break room and back, your 30-minute break is derived down.
So
to
why is
8
it
minutes.
inconceivable that people are walking around with piss bottles around their waist?
I'm saying it's not probably a practice that they are encouraging.
I don't think they're encouraging. I think people have figured out they work there. They want to keep their job. They have no other option in terms of what they're doing with their life. And they're like, fuck, man, if I don't want to get an app firing like my fucking friend who I just saw it happen to, I better figure out a way to take a piss without walking all the way to the goddamn bathroom. Let me keep a bottle on me so I can piss into it. I mean, I've pissed in a million bottles in my life. I lived in my Jeep. I used to piss in bottles all the fucking time. I kept a bottle. People would get in my Jeep and be like, why do you have a bottle here? I'd be like, because if it's fucking raining and I got to take a piss, I don't have to piss outside in the fucking rain. I'm going to piss in this bottle. So I carried a bottle around with me all the fucking time. I know exactly. When I heard the story, I was like, I know exactly what that's like. I know exactly what that feels like, because if it was raining and I would wake up in the middle of the night, I'd be like, fuck, I don't have a fucking bottle. That means if I got to piss, I'm going to have to go outside in the fucking rain and piss. And I'm sure they would get to work and they'd be like, oh, fuck, I forgot my fucking piss bottle. Now if I got to piss, I got a chance I might get fired for taking a fucking piss.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I think that's maybe a little far-fetched. But I do know that
Wait, why do you think that?
You think a manager at Amazon is going to just allow people to walk around with piss bottles strapped to their waist?
I don't know whether people allow shit to happen or not, but I can tell you from working in places that the employees, I don't give a shit what the actual fucking rules are. The employees come up with their own fucking rules of how to work in a goddamn place. And the managers either know about it and say nothing, or in most cases are too fucking dumb to know what's actually happening. And I sit in meetings every single day at a restaurant where I listen to the managers go over what the rules for the place actually are. And I think to myself as I sit there and I'm like, oh yeah, that's exactly what we're going to fucking do. And I sit there thinking to myself, dude, that's not even close to how things are actually fucking done. And if we followed every fucking rule that we were supposed to follow, nobody would ever get any service of any kind. If we're supposed to use tongs to put a fucking lemon on a drink, do you really think that when somebody gets a 20 top and they've got 20 fucking drinks to make and every single one of them is like, can I get a water and a Sprite? I need a water and a Sprite. And can I get a lemon? I need a lemon on my water. And then you really think somebody sits there with a pair of fucking tongs and picks up each individual lemon and then puts it on the... Fuck no. You don't have time to do that shit. You got 20 fucking drinks. They want it, and they're like, we're ready to order. We're ready to order. And you're just like, fuck, I'm getting your fucking drinks. Calm the fuck down. I'm trying to put it on with a goddamn pair of tongs. Jesus Christ. Look, I fucking know, man. I know what it's like to deal with people. People are fucking... I walked up the tables all the fucking time. They've been sitting there for like 30 seconds. They're like, we've been waiting for 20 minutes. I'm like, fucking no, you haven't. No, you haven't. I walked up to the table just yesterday. They're like, we're beginning to think we're going to have to serve ourselves. I wanted to pull my dick out of my fucking pants and slap her in the goddamn face and be like, you should serve yourself. You want to serve yourself? Go in the fucking back right now and tell the fucking cook what you want. Go back there and see how that fucking goes. You think I'm fucking slow? You think I don't give a flying shit about you? Go in the back and talk to the fucking cook. I can assure you, the cook, it's all the cook can do to maintain the tiniest shred of fucking sanity in his life and not come out here and kick the living fucking shit out of every single fucking one of you in the building. You fucking talk to me. Talk to me that way. I don't give a fuck. I don't fucking care. At the end of the fucking night, I'm going to have your goddamn money. I don't fucking care. And then I'm going to go do a podcast and drink El Toro. I don't give a fuck.
And we're going to talk about real problems. Not your problem. Real problems. All right. Next on my list, this one
Did we cover Bezos
We
enough
covered
for you?
Bezos enough for me.
All right.
Whatever. Fucking
Hey,
Bezos. It
I
was
hope-
a historic moment, I guess.
hope we meet some aliens one day.
Fuck.
I hope we meet some aliens.
Sounds like you meet aliens every day.
Could be.
Next on my list fucked me pretty hard. And that is COVID Delta, COVID Lambda, COVID whatever the next COVID is.
Right.
The rumor of the COVIDs. And that's what I'm going to call it. And it fucked me hard because I was trading Disney stock last week. Disney was going up as it should be. Everything is opening up. It's nothing but good news for Walt Disney World. And on Friday and over the weekend and yesterday, they came out and Biden said dumb shit about COVID. And COVID, the Delta thing is like now 80% of them are Delta related cases. And the stock market went into the absolute shit. It cost me a lot of money over fucking the same news we've had the whole time, which is bullshit. And I've seen more videos resurfacing lately about, it's almost fishy that they're talking about it, but news clips even that are saying anyone who is very ill or dying that has had the shot, the vaccine, it's 100% not because of the shot. The CDC says there is 0% chance that it has to do with the shot.
I'm going to say this every time this topic comes up. There is shit in the fucking world that can fucking kill you. I have listened to medical experts give advice after advice after advice my whole fucking life. It's never changed. It's never changed from when I was a little kid till right now. The people, the experts, the medical experts have no fucking idea. They will tell you something. They will swear up and down that they are telling you the best way to live your fucking life, the healthiest thing you can eat, the healthiest thing you can put in your fucking body. And that shit will change the next fucking day. Tuna fish is the greatest fucking thing you could ever eat. Eat fucking tuna. Oh, holy fucking shit. Don't eat that much fucking tuna. What the fuck is wrong with you eating all that goddamn tuna? There's mercury in tuna, you dumb fucking moron. Don't eat fucking tuna. Oh, fucking chicken. Eat fucking chicken. Eat chicken every fucking day. Eat chicken every fucking meal. Oh, holy shit. Don't eat fucking chicken. There's antibiotics in fucking chicken. You can't eat fucking chicken. What the fuck is wrong with you dumbass? Oh, eat fucking eggs. You gotta eat fucking eggs. Drink fucking milk. Drink lots of milk. Oh shit, don't drink fucking milk. Milk is fucking bad for you. Holy shit, my whole fucking life, man. I have fucking listened to these guys. Every eat fat, don't eat fat. Eat carbs, don't eat carbs. Fuck, man, look. Here's what I would say to everybody.
This is what's happening. This is right now. Is Rand Paul and Fauci are going at it.
I saw them
in Congress over whether or not he's, basically on the tape. And what he's saying is that, for people that don't know, is that basically Fauci runs the NIH, the National Institute of Health, and he is saying that they fund the majority, like 90-something% of research that has to do with all of this, right? And that it's gain of function research. And that all the researchers that work at all these different labs around the world are terrified to say anything other than what Fauci wants to hear, because he will pull the funding, because he's in charge of the funding. And Rand Paul is calling him out on a lot of shit that Fauci has said on record in the last decade. And Fauci is calling him a fucking liar, basically.
Right.
And he's telling him that he doesn't know shit from shit. And it,
All right. Well, here's my fucking response to goddamn Rand Paul. All right. And I mean this as sincerely as I can mean it. It can make me a shitty person. I don't give a fuck. He wears a wig. Okay? The motherfucker wears a goddamn fucking wig. And here's what I fucking know all my life from motherfuckers who wear a goddamn fucking wig. Because I've met a million motherfuckers that wear a goddamn toupee. They wear a fucking toupee because they're afraid to admit who the fuck they are. That's your first fucking lie right there. You're lying at the beginning of your fucking day putting a goddamn wig on your fucking head. Look, I'm not gonna lie, my hair is fucking thinning, no problem. I'm fucking growing it out and combing it over my fucking bald spot. I'm fucking combing it and I'm mulleted out so that people are focused on my mullet. But I will not, no matter what, I don't give a shit how bad my fucking hair thins. I don't care how bad my fucking hair falls out of my fucking head. I will not put a fucking wig on my head. And fucking Rand Paul is wearing a goddamn wig, and it's distracting. If you're around a fucking person with a fucking wig, a man with a wig, what the fuck is wrong with you as a man? Look, dude, when your shit thins out, fucking shave your head or comb it over or fucking do something with your... I'm not even busting on fucking Trump for fucking his comb over. I don't give a shit. I get it. Bro, my shit's... I have a little fucking thin spot on my top. I grow it long, grow mullet. I mullet it out. Do whatever. But when you're Rand Paul and you're wearing a fucking wig at the beginning of your fucking day, you're lying to everyone around you. And it's hard to have a conversation with a motherfucker with a fucking toupee. It is impossible. The whole time you're talking to a person with a toupee, you're looking at them and going, why in the fuck are you wearing a toupee? I cannot take you seriously as a human being. I cannot have a conversation with you. I cannot even focus on what the fuck you're saying. Because the whole time I'm asking myself, how do you look in the fucking mirror with a goddamn fucking toupee on your fucking head and not say to yourself, I'm not putting a fucking toupee on my head anymore. I'm going to go out. I'm going to be my fucking self. Don't accuse people of lying if you're wearing a toupee. Don't accuse anybody of not being genuine if you're wearing a fucking toupee.
What about the guys who get the ones that they glue on? That'll like legit look
They
like
used
real.
to have, there was a guy,
Ones, man.
there was a guy who would, I saw this on TV.
First of all, by your assessment, you don't trust a single woman on earth.
well, let me
pulled some TikToks
Let
with
me
some women who make some transformations for
Go
you,
ahead.
buddy.
Hey, man, all more power to you.
Jesus.
Look, I'm not saying that I dislike somebody with a wig. You want to wear a wig? Wear a fucking wig. Especially if you're a female, it makes you look better, makes you feel better. Go ahead and do it. But don't run around with a wig on, accusing other people of not being genuine and not telling the truth. Because if you're wearing a wig, you're lying from the very first second of your day when you put that wig on. And I'll say this. There was a dude that came out with a thing. He would drill holes in your skull and insert titanium snaps.
Get the fuck out of here.
No shit. Not only that, I believe the dude was. He used to advertise it on TV. You could drill a hole in your head. You could have titanium snaps. You could then take the wig and snap it in place onto your head. And I believe the dude ultimately murdered his wife and then was on trial for murder after he made these infomercials for years about how you could snap a wig onto your head. You literally had the snaps in your skull. No bullshit.
All right.
No bullshit. Nah, this.
So, for anyone watching this,
I don't believe how we got into this conversation. I believe we were trying to talk about COVID.
let me see here.
Somehow we're talking about the dude who would drill.
For anyone watching this, I usually, when Marshall says something, most of the time I do believe him. And sometimes I'm like, that's so fucking crazy, I'm going to Google it. Here it is. Anthony Pignataro
Yes.
reaches under his hair, pop, 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 in a matter of seconds, hold most of his thick brown locks in the palm of his hand. This is 1996.
Yes.
So he claims it's reversible as getting an ear pierced. The snaps just be unscrewed. You screw some snaps into your
Into your head, into your skull. Yeah, into your skull.
Oh, it's a snap-on hairpiece.
And
Cost about $4,000 in '96.
yeah, that was a lot of money back then.
Look at that.
And he made a fortune. And then I think he murdered someone, or
Well, let's fucking look him up, man.
Yeah,
While we're here talking about Rand Paul
Hey.
and COVID, now we've somehow made
because
it.
I don't like motherfuckers who do that fucking wig shit, man. I don't trust them. I'm like, look, bro, do your natural hair, what you can do with your natural hair.
Hey, poisoned his wife.
Yeah.
Or maybe allegedly. I don't know.
Right. Right. Yeah, I know he went on trial for it.
Yeah, June 1997.
See?
Dropped her off for a liposuction. Followed was the most excruciating pain that's experienced in her life. A
Yeah.
handful of pills.
Isn't that crazy?
Plot them
Crazy as fuck.
Man, wow, that's wild.
That's, yeah.
Well,
Think about that.
nothing else. I learned something today. You could,
Right.
Some dude was
Snapping wigs on
putting
her
boat
fucking
covers
head.
on your head.
Yeah.
Snapping that shit on. That's
Snapping.
insane.
Insane.
But
That's the world we live in, bro.
where I was going with this is that I feel like they're just going to continue putting another word with COVID to keep scaring people.
Well, what I'll say is
Where's the death rate?
there's no stopping what's out there. It's in the air. Somebody is going to be sick with it for the rest of time. You may encounter that person. You may not encounter that person. How safe are you going to make your own body? Not just from this. Let's be honest. There's going to be other things.
Yeah.
There's no end to this.
Right.
There's no beating this. There's no victory lap to be had.
Yeah.
We're going to be fighting against coronaviruses for the remainder of human history. There's no extinguishing them. There is no vaccination that's going to. Right now, there's people saying, "Oh, the vaccination." All the people from Dallas or from Texas that
51% of Texas.
all the people from Texas that flew to Washington, D.C., all the representatives that flew to try to prevent the vote, they're all getting sick from COVID right now. They were all vaccinated.
And all I saw so far was that one White House fully vaccinated employee.
A bunch of them.
Look, it's not going to. Getting vaccinated for one does not stop you from getting COVID. It just
Right.
mitigates the symptoms that COVID will,
I
your
don't
body
think
will do.
people have any. That's why I was upset with my son for doing it. I wasn't mad that he did it because he did it. I was mad that he did it because he did absolutely zero research into finding out. I said to him, I was like, he was like, I said, "Are you vaccinated?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm vaccinated." I was like, "All right, what was in the vaccine?" He's like, "I don't know. Why are you asking me this?"
Clorox. That's what was.
Because you allowed a person. Well, why do you always think there's some people? Because I've lived. Because I know what people do. Look, let me be perfectly clear on how I feel about human beings in general. The best friends that I've ever had in my life have fucked me far harder than any stranger that I've ever encountered. The people that I know and trust the most fuck me the hardest every time. That's why, honestly, it's weird because I have a tiny little bit of money right now. Not a lot, a couple bucks. And I'm like, what should I do with it? I walk around with it on my body in a sock. I can't trust a bank to put it in a bank because I've put money in a bank before. And all of a sudden, one day you go to the bank and you're like, "Hey, where's my money?" They're like, "Oh, the government took it." What? The government took your money. Your balance is zero. What do you mean the government took my money? Yeah, the government came and told us that they needed to take your money, and so they just took your money. I'm like, what the fuck do you mean? I brought my money to you. The only reason I brought it to you was that you told me you were going to protect my money. Yeah, they're like, "Yeah, I know, but the government said that you owed them money, and so they just took the money." That was your job. When the government came and said that, your job was to go, "No, we're here protecting his money. We're not going to let you take it." So I can't take it to a bank.
Go put it on a little prepaid debit card.
Oh, yeah, prepaid debit card.
Yeah.
Sure, I've done that. I've done that before. Prepaid debit card. Yeah, they got them at Walmart. Oh, prepaid debit card. Perfect. And then all of a sudden, one day, you wake up and you've bought 7 wigs in fucking China. No bullshit. That actually happened. So
You love wigs.
I called the fucking prepaid debit card company. It took about 3 hours. Finally, I got a hold of a human being. I said, "Hey, man, what the fuck? I did not buy any wigs in fucking China. They're like, well, here's what you're going to have to do to prove it. And they put me to a recording that took about 7 minutes, all of which I was supposed to be writing down as it was fucking going over it. And at the end of it, they were like, if you'd like to hear these instructions again, hit 1. And I'm like, what the fuck, man? My money's gone. Obviously, my money's gone. So, can't a bank? Everybody always has a simple solution to everything I bring up. Whenever I bring up a problem in my life, people are always, wow, you moron. All you got to do is this. That would solve your problem if you weren't such an idiot. I'm like, I've tried that. I would love to have and the funny thing about life is I've always just wanted a simple life, man. I really don't require much. My life, I like music. I love to listen to music. I enjoy it. I love it very much. I love it when it's live. I don't like recorded music. I like live music. When you're hearing live music, you can feel a passion. I like to have a buzz. I love a good buzz. Whether it's from El Toro, whether it's from a little bit of weed, whether it's from just, and then I love to sit around with people that I enjoy their company and have conversations about the world. That's how I like to, that's why basically I have this job that I do right now. I am sitting here with El Toro. Most likely at some point we'll listen to some music and we're going to have conversation about the most important topics in the world. So I am living my dream now. But do I trust fucking human beings? No. No. Not at all. Do I trust Rand Paul? No. Do I trust Fauci? Fuck no. I don't trust any of these motherfuckers. Do I trust a Republican? Fuck no. Do I trust a Democrat? Fuck no. Look at them right now. Look at what they just did. Jumping in a fucking airplane, flying away to fucking Washington, D.C. All of them sick with COVID. What the fuck have you accomplished? Nothing. But that's the point of what they all do. Like I said, that their goal, let's be completely honest about what the government's goal is. The government's goal is to accomplish nothing. To keep things exactly the way it is. To pretend, to go on TV and pretend like they're going to do all these things, make all these changes, improve your life. They give such a shit about you. They care so much. They don't give a flying fucking shit about anybody. None of us. My loyalty is to me. My fucking loyalty is to me.
I can't disagree. I can't think of much that anyone really does. I mean, that one of them comes up with an idea, they'll like this idea, and they go up there, and then the rest of them go, fuck that idea, and then they argue about it, and then they do nothing. And that's how nothing gets done.
Right. Even better.
Constantly. But you got to come up with something because people elected you, and you're like, well, I should probably write a bill.
Right. Oh, yeah. I'm going to write a bill.
I'm going to bring it up there because, look, I haven't done much. And then they,
a bill.
you know how frustrating it was through the entire COVID thing with the whole stimulus bullshit, where they're like, well, they're out of session for 6 weeks. You're like, what do you mean you're out of, what are you doing for 6 fucking weeks?
Right.
People are starving and out of work.
Right.
And you're like,
food lines, food lines
is,
in America where people are sitting in their cars fucking starving to death in the heat,
and they're like,
waiting for some goddamn fucking food. And these guys are like, well, it's not time for us to, man, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, that
get the fuck out of here.
Stupid frustrating.
You know.
Yeah.
Hey, and even worse is when they fucking investigate something. These motherfuckers are the most useless motherfuckers on earth. Let me, you know any investigations I watch these motherfuckers. We're going to have an investigation. We're going to fucking investigate. We're going to, so one of these motherfuckers commits a crime. First of all, they are always committing crimes. They're always, these motherfuckers are the worst criminals in the world. You want to know who belongs in fucking jail? People in charge of the fucking country belong in fucking jail. Period. They belong in fucking jail. And then whenever one of them actually gets caught committing a crime, the rest of them all act like they're so fucking shocked. They're like, oh, what the fucking believe this motherfucker was committing crimes. Holy fucking shit. That's fucking amazing. Well, you know what we're going to do? Let me tell you what we're going to fucking do. We're going to fucking investigate this shit. and they'll put together a committee. Oh, they're putting a committee together right fucking now. I promise you, there's a committee being assembled somewhere. A fucking committee.
January 6th committee.
Oh, a committee. Yeah, I can't wait to see what these motherfuckers find out.
They find out
Let me tell you what they're
everything we
gonna
saw
find out.
live on TV.
We watched it. What the fuck do you need a committee for? I fucking watched it happen. I was working a shift and I saw it on TV. I saw it happen my goddamn fucking self. I saw the motherfucker give a speech. I saw him tell them to go fucking knock down the doors of the Capitol, and went and knocked down the doors of the fucking Capitol. I watched it fucking happen. What do you need to investigate? We need to find out they're going to bring people in, and they'll put it on TV, and they'll be asking them fucking, and it's supposed to be this big fucking moment. Oh, this motherfucker's coming in today. Can't wait to hear what this motherfucker has to say. Oh, holy shit. The whole world's going to fucking change when we hear what this motherfucker has to say.
First of all,
They don't ever fucking say anything.
it doesn't matter. They already investigated it when they impeached Trump for the second time and lost the second time. They came up empty-handed then. And look, we have all the facts. People were there. It's not like this went unnoticed. It was live on television.
TV.
It was
live on
live
TV.
everywhere in front of hundreds of thousands of people that were even there. It's insane. And the fact is that they finally sentenced one guy. Well, I guess wouldn't he be the
First
second guy?
I don't know.
Because the first guy I thought was the guy with the horns.
Well, he's not been sentenced.
He hasn't been
He's just being
sentenced.
held.
He's just being
He's
held.
being held.
So they sentenced the first guy then.
8 months?
8 months.
Fuck that, man.
I mean, what did he do?
8 long months.
It is 8 long months, but what did he really
I
do?
don't know what he did.
He went in the building and he had a flag, and that's what he got charged with.
Man.
He didn't fucking hurt nobody.
I know this.
But
I ain't welcoming no buildings.
something. Yeah,
I ain't welcoming no buildings. If I'm walking around outside, it better be a damn inviting building before I fucking walk outside. There better be all kinds of signs telling me that it's okay for me to go inside the building. If the door is locked, I know they do not want me in the building. So don't go in the fucking building.
What really sucks about even like that dude getting sentenced is that there's so many people that were in there that are just that nothing will happen to.
I think a lot of people are going to get in some deep shit.
Nah.
They're
They're gonna put
deep shit.
they're gonna hang out 2 or 3 people very publicly, and the rest of them we already forgot about it. Nobody cares.
People care.
They don't care.
The one thing I can tell you about getting in trouble, I know getting in trouble well.
No, I'm saying
I
people
know
as in
getting in
like
trouble.
society right now.
Well,
gets too far.
maybe society doesn't give a shit. I can promise you who does give a shit is the fucking
Nancy Pelosi.
court. The goddamn judge gives a shit. You go to court, man, the judge fucking cares.
I don't know.
Whatever the rest of the world fucking thinks, when you get into court, when you're in a courtroom, I've been in a courtroom many times and stood in front of many judges and thought to myself, I didn't really do anything wrong. What the fuck? Why am I even here? Let me tell you something. The judge fucking cares. The judge is going to fucking, and I've seen them, not just to me. When you go to court, I don't know how many people are familiar with how the court fucking works. You don't go to court, you see it on TV. You see these guys on trial. They go in there, it's one dude sitting there with his lawyer, and it's all day. They're sitting, that ain't court. You go into fucking court, there's 90 motherfuckers in there that have also done some shit. And they're trying to burn through the fucking cases. And they want to get their day over with. And the judge is mad. I don't know why the judge is mad. The judge gets paid well. The judge got elected. The judge got selected among other motherfuckers to be the judge. You don't become a judge against your will. You are a judge because you wanted to become a judge. But the judges are mad. They're always mad at fucking everybody in there. They're mad at the fucking people that work for them. They're mad at the motherfuckers that are pleading their case. They're mad at the motherfuckers that are defending the case. They're mad at everybody. They don't want you to watch the judge shows. Watch the judges. Judge Judy is the most popular judge in the world because she's mad at fucking everybody. She won't even let you fucking talk. Go into court, they'll fucking tell you, they're like, don't fucking say anything. How the fuck are you dressed? What the fuck are you doing here? What the fuck happened in your life? Why are you like this? Who are your fucking parents? You're like, what the fuck, man? All I did is smoke a fucking joint in a goddamn park. What the fuck am I doing here? Hey, man, I'm telling you, I've been to court and the judge fucking cares. So I will say this, when I hear about people getting arrested, especially for this shit, I think out of how many people, I don't know how many people went in the building.
A lot of people,
But
man.
if you've been arrested for it, you're gonna go in front of a judge, and the judge is not gonna be fucking happy with you. I don't give a fuck whether the judge is a Republican or a Democrat, because once they become a judge, they don't give a fuck anymore about anything other than the fact that you are fucking up their day. And man, you're gonna go to fucking jail for a while, as long as they can fucking send you. And the one thing I do know about court also is, if you got a lawyer that knows the judge, you're going to get away. You're going to get away. If the judge is friends with your lawyer, that's a man, dude. I went with my friend's fucking uncle. I hit a car going about 70 fucking miles an hour in the back. I was driving my ex-girlfriend's brand new graduation present car. She had a Honda Accord, like a 93, 94, brand new Accord. We're driving to the beach. Me and all my friends, we're fucking partying our ass off. We're having fun in the fucking car. My girl's next to me. Shit, her father had told her, don't let anyone drive the car. Don't let anyone drive the car except for you. You're the only one allowed to drive the fucking car. We're partying. We're like, woo! Fucking go to the beach. All of a sudden, we come up over a hill, stop traffic all the way across the fucking road. I fucking slam on the brakes. We're skidding. We skidded all over the place. We're weaving through traffic in a full skid and finally hit a fucking car dead on behind the car. So my friend in the back seat is like, don't worry. My uncle is a lawyer. He knows every judge in Newport News. You're going to be fine. I got charged with all kinds of shit. I was like, man, fuck, I'm sitting there in fucking jail and I'm like, God damn, man, I was going to the beach. I was going to the beach a couple of hours ago. So anyway, my trial comes and I go in and I meet the guy's uncle 5 minutes before I'm walking into court. He walks up, he's like, hey, I'm Pete. I'm your lawyer. I was like, oh man, thank God you're here. I'm in deep shit. He's like, well, what do you need to have happen today? And I go, dude, I need to be free. I need to get nothing. I can't be charged with nothing. And he's like, all right. So we go into the court. No bullshit. I've never seen this in my life. I've been in court a million fucking times. I go in and the judge is like, oh yeah, you know, this is what you did. This is all fucked up. You're fucked up. You're a fuck up. And he's like, and my lawyer was like, well, Your Honor, let me tell you a little bit about Mr. Holmes. And he tells him all this shit. I'm like, this dude don't even fucking know me. He's telling him, a judge, all this shit. And then the judge is like, I'm going to reduce the charges. But he didn't reduce them all the way. He reduced them to where I'd still be in deep shit. And I looked at my lawyer and I was like, And the lawyer was like, Your Honor, let me tell you a little bit more about Mr. Holmes. The whole fucking courtroom is watching this. Like I said, when you go to court, it ain't one-on-one. You got all these people are sitting in the court like, what the fuck is happening here? So my lawyer talks for another 5 minutes. And when my lawyer talks for another 5 minutes, the judge dismisses the whole case. And I'll walk out of there and I turned to that fucking lawyer when I got to outside that case. And I was like, man, thank you so goddamn much. I can't even believe. And I asked him, even years later, I saw the dude and I asked him, I said, hey man, how often does that happen? Where the judge makes a decision and slaps the gavel down. And then the lawyer says, Your Honor, I'm not done talking about and he goes, that doesn't happen very often. And I was like, holy shit. So look, this is what I know about court. Those guys that are going to court are in some deep. It ain't gonna be one or two dudes sentenced, and some of these dudes are gonna get sentenced worse than the guy. In fact, some of them are gonna look at what that guy did and be like, "What that guy did was not as bad as what you did. What you did was worse. You're going to jail for longer." If somebody is getting 8 months already, and all he did was go in the building, I understand the dude that's been sentenced already. He just entered the building.
Right.
He didn't do anything in there. He didn't take a shit on the wall. He didn't go into the rooms and go through the people's private information. He didn't do shit. He went in, walked around, went out. 8 months. Bro, if you went in there and you did some shit and you're one of the main guys, that shaman guy, whatever the fuck that guy is.
Yeah, the bull thing. Oh, no, yeah, he's fucked. He was sitting at the desk with his feet on the desk. One of them took Pelosi's laptop.
Yeah, man, one of them walked around with the fucking speakers table on his fucking arm, like
he had the podium.
Yeah, man, dude.
That guy's fucked.
Yeah, you're fucked, man. They don't like that. They don't like to be. If you go in there and you got to go when you go to court, man. You better dress up. You better get a fucking haircut. You better be ready to say yes, sir, no, sir. You do that shit, you're probably not even going to get in that much fucking trouble no matter what you did. You go in there disrespectful and you treat them like fucking shit and run your mouth, you're in a lot of fucking trouble, man. And that's what all these people did is they went into a government building, which they weren't supposed to be in. They busted into it. They busted down the doors. They knocked some cops out of the way, which is a bad idea too, because the judges love the cops. And they're in deep shit, man. They're the ones that got arrested. They're in for some deep fucking shit unless they know a lawyer who knows the judge. And if you know a lawyer that knows the judge.
Yeah. Well, you know what? It's funny that you bring this up. Oops, sorry, I was having some camera difficulties there. I didn't have the charger I gotta get a new charger for this thing for the desk. Because the charger's a little bit slow, I guess, for what we're doing. But, so bear with me for just a second here. I got to plug into a fast charger now. But it's funny you mention that, because the topic that my son wanted to talk about was a kid named Cameron Herron. You know who that is?
I've heard the name.
Cameron Herron. It's fairly recent. This kid just got sentenced. He was 21 years old, street racing, when he struck a woman and her child, killed him during a street race. So he's driving down the road, racing another car, and there's a breakdown down here of the timeline down here. It's on one of these. But basically he swerved, the other person swerved, got in an accident. He hits this mother and her daughter on the side of the road or whatever, and they both die. So he was going, I think, 102 miles an hour or something, according to the investigation. And so in terms, it was an accident. Now, he was obviously doing in commission of a crime because he's street racing, whatever. So he just got sentenced, like, recently. I think this is, like last week, to 24 years prison. 24 years is a long time for a young kid, man. And that's his face. Let's look on his face right there. I mean, that's... When they said it, boy, he was like, fuck me, is what was coming out of his mouth. But so right now, and I've got this ties into another thing that I want to talk about. But right now, people are coming out on the internet trying to defend him and say that it's too much. 24 years is too much. He was young. He made a mistake. It was an accident. You know, obviously, he's not maliciously intent to harm anybody. That's really not what the law is about.
Did he run from did he flee the scene?
No,
or did
he didn't flee the scene.
He stayed there?
Yeah. I mean, his car was wrecked. It
Was he drunk?
He was street racing. That is, that's what it was. He was actively, he was just racing. And then there was...
Well, you know what that's about.
Yeah, it was...
You know what that sentence is about.
She was just pushing her daughter. So right there, the Mustang topped 100 miles an hour moments before the crash, rapidly decelerating to 30 and 40 miles per hour at the time of impact. So yeah, obviously he knew it was going to happen once it started going south. It happened pretty quick.
What time of day was it?
I'm imagining that it was definitely daytime. I mean, not too many women go out there to push a fucking 1-year-old in a stroller down the road in the middle of the
Well,
night.
I mean, some people have to go shopping.
I'd
Some
have
people
to
do shit.
I have to find the other article that shows
I'm
what
just
time it
curious
was.
because
But this was
you
in
know,
2018 that this happened
right.
in Ohio.
Wow.
So he's just now being sentenced for this.
That's
so
awful.
They didn't know the judge apparently.
No,
He's getting 24 years.
no.
But
Goodness.
there's people standing up saying that it's too long, that he's young. That they're pretty much just for him 24 years. He's getting out at 45. If it does the entire sentence.
Well,
his whole life.
the other part about that.
The other
is
part of that is that
he's-
they have no life. Kill a kid, and the kid's mom.
Well, and I will also. He's not doing the full 24 years. I mean, not to.
Dude, he might not come out alive at all. You just don't know.
He's a non-violent offender, and ain't nobody gonna fuck with him in jail. I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
there'll be a couple assholes, but he'll be all right. So he's going to is he going to federal prison? Or is he going to state prison?
I imagine
big
at
difference.
24 years he's going to federal prison. I would imagine so. They usually do a state prison that long, but
Federal prison is no joke.
yeah, I don't think it says here. Yeah, it doesn't say. It just says prison.
Yeah, I mean,
But so they're coming out and they're signing a petition to try to get his sentence lowered, which brings me to the co-topic, which is petitions. Why do we have them? They don't do anything. It's completely useless. You can get 10 billion signatures. No one's going to
well,
change
they
anything.
sometimes they're the only time I've ever seen them be useful is in recall votes against elected officials. That's the only thing I've ever seen them actually accomplish. Outside of that, no, I've never seen them do
it's
anything.
absolutely ridiculous. If you're
And
trying
not
to
only
get
that, but at this point, I mean,
what good's it
a
do?
bunch of signatures on a piece of paper. I mean, they could all be made up. They could all be faked. People don't even sign papers anymore. If you were somewhere and somebody asked you to sign a petition, would it even matter? Look, I have to sign out from work every day. You couldn't distinguish what I put on that piece of paper from any scribble that any child could make with a crayon at any point in their life. I mean, I
don't know.
feel for the kid. I'll
think he needs a
say
second
this.
chance.
I'll say this is I definitely, when I was probably around his age, I drove down the highway in a Nissan 240Z, which was the prelude to the current, I guess, 320Z or 300Z, whatever the Nissan fastest sports car they make. I drove it. It was a 1973 Nissan 240Z. I drove it 160 miles an hour down the highway. Obviously, anything that had gotten in my way, I would not have been able to stop. One other time in my life, and I've totaled 3 cars. One into a light pole, one the thing that I mentioned, and then what was the other one? If I can remember, I know it's 3. And then I drove through a rest stop parking lot one time, probably about 70 miles an hour. I pulled off at a rest stop and I realized I didn't want to stop. I wanted to catch the people. I thought I was using it to get around around traffic. And I whizzed through and it was a very busy rest stop parking lot. And I went through about 70 miles an hour. I was thinking to myself, I looked back on that and I was like, man, if anybody had been walking, any kid or whatever, somebody walking their dog or whatever had been going through that parking lot, and it was extremely busy. There were lots and lots of cars in it. There were lots of people in it. If anybody had been walking through there, I would have mowed them down, no doubt. And I do think about that. And I think about all the different dumb shit that I've done in my life. So I try to be sympathetic. I don't get to make the judgment. I didn't hear the case. I wasn't there at the trial. I know what it's like to be surprised by what the judge decides to do.
I worked with a kid when I was probably about 20. I was probably about 20, 21 years old, and I worked with a kid. I think he was 18 at the time, if I'm not mistaken. And it happened right by my mom's house, actually, where I grew up. There was a hill. You come up over the hill, and there was like a merge from another road that kind of went there, and there was a light. They eventually put a light because people just kept getting in fucking accidents, right? So they eventually put a light, which if you're flying up the hill anyway, sometimes you're too late to even see the damn light. But this kid, man, he was coming up there in his truck, and he, I don't know if he blew the light or it was yellow or whatever, but he ended up T-boning a girl in a car, and she ended up dying. And, you know, he got a little fucked up, and I want to say he was 18 when it happened, and he ended up getting vehicular manslaughter, and I think he did a year in jail. He did a little bit of time in jail. He didn't do 24 years, but he also wasn't in the commission of what would be considered a commission of a crime.
Here's what I don't understand about it, just in terms of sentencing in general. We've had the conversation about the bank robber guy that I used to study and look up to. You
9
looked
years,
him up.
yeah.
He got 9 years. He robbed like 10 banks. Somewhere in the vicinity of 10 banks. He got 9 years for robbing 10 banks. This kid raced somebody, which is wrong. But what I believe they are trying to do, and it's not right to do this, but they're trying to send a message to all the kids out there that are street racing, which I think is a big deal. I've encountered it a couple times where I've driven up on scenes where I was like, what the fuck is going on here? What is happening? And I see a big crowd of people and they're all driving around, and they've glorified it in the movies. And I don't want to make it sound like I'm against movies, because I'm certainly not. I think they're entertaining. I love to watch them. I love to go to them. One of my favorite things is to sit and watch a good movie. I love horror movies. I love suspense movies. I love my all-time favorite movie, Braveheart. I've watched it a million times. But they've glorified racing. Certainly, I've never watched any of those Fast and Furious movies, but I've seen the commercials for them. I know how popular they are. They made, I think, a dozen of them at this point. So these kids are seeing that, and they think that that's something that they want to do. And I'm sure there's a lot of bravado involved. And I know people have been racing. People have been drag racing against each other. I've raced against people that I know driving down the highway.
Right.
Many times. I've been driving opposite a friend of mine or somebody I know, even a girlfriend, and being like, all right, let's see. And we slowly start speeding up, and we start trying to act like I've even rammed into people that I know. And we didn't actually touch, but we could have easily. And we're like done. We get back home. We're like, man, we had to have been within centimeters of each other. We were so close to hitting. And if we had hit, who knows what happens. Yeah. So, yeah, do I think it's excessive? Based on what I know, yeah, that's excessive. That, to answer your son's question, 24 years for man, I get it. He killed somebody, and I know that that's it. You can't change what has happened, but it is it's not. I look at the intention. When I look at a crime, what was, man, is there any way that an 18-year-old kid, you think about a fraternity where somebody drinks themselves to death in front of their friends. Somebody died. Did they mean for that? Did they know at the beginning of the night when they were all hanging out, they were all having fun, and they were all drinking, and they're like, drink, 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 and the guy's slamming shots, and they're like, I drink myself into oblivion now, all the time, without even knowing. Wow,
that's 6 years shy of the maximum sentence for vehicular homicide.
I gotta say, what I hope happens, and what I think will happen, and again, I have a lot of experience with being in court, being arrested, not ever, being a lawyer and not knowing the law in that way, and what I know is that those kinds of things have a way of sorting themselves out. There are avenues that he can pursue and that people can pursue that will potentially bring that sentence down. People will get, if there are people that are out there that will research that. Obviously, the family of the people that were murdered will be upset. They'll feel like it wasn't enough. They'll be like 24 years for the death of my 3-year-old child and his mother. That's not enough. And then there's people who are going to be like, man, he's 18. He made a mistake. So yeah, I think it sorts itself out. You know, I'm free. I look at myself. The last time I got arrested, it's a miracle that I got out.
And just imagine being 21 and knowing you're going to be in there until you're 45.
You're not, though. He's not going to be there until he's 45. He's not going to be there until he's 45. He'll get out before then. Hey, you know what? You know what he can do? Look, he's
going to appeal it.
This is what I would say to you if I'm talking to you. If I could talk directly to the guy, this is what I would say to you. I'd be like, all right, man. Look, here's the deal. You fucked up huge. You killed somebody. So here's what you can do now. You've been sentenced to this. Make every single moment of your life about improving yourself. You will get out at some point, and you will have an opportunity to live your life. Try as hard as you can to reach out to the father of that child and the mother, and try as hard as you can to atone for what you've done. I've done horrible things in my life. I've suffered horrible consequences as a result of the things that I've done. You can come back from it, from anything. Nelson Mandela, you know who that is?
Yep.
How many decades did he spend in prison?
A long time.
He didn't even do anything. He was arrested for trying to stand up for other people's rights. And he ultimately became the president of his country.
Yeah.
You can come back. All I'm saying is don't give up.
So
To this kid, what I would say, if it was my own son, because my son, look, he's headed off to college. My son is 18. He's headed off to college. And I know he does not have the slightest idea about what he's about to encounter. I tried to talk to him about some of it, and he was like, yeah, what do you know? You don't fucking know. You're a moron. You're an idiot. I'm going to go there. I don't do any of those things. I'm like, look, man, the people that I met in college that had never drank a drop of alcohol in their lives are the people that had the worst alcohol-related drunkennesses that I'd ever seen, because they had no idea what they were doing.
Right.
And so I would just say, man, same thing I would look at my son and say, if I was there was glass between me and my son, and he had been arrested for something that he never anticipated he'd be involved in his life. He's already totaled a car. He's already totaled one. He accidentally was driving down the road. The sun got in his eyes, and he smashed into a car going about 70 miles an hour and fucked the car up, and I think fucked the girl up a little bit. She didn't have to go to the hospital, but I mean, you're sitting in a car and somebody wails into you. So learn from what happened.
So
become a better person. Try as hard as you can to atone for what you did wrong. You can come back.
how do you feel about the other kid that was involved, the other kid he was racing? They were both having the same legal.
Okay.
They both faced the same
There's more
charges,
to the
vehicular
story.
homicide. And they, up until a week before the trial was set to begin, they went their separate legal ways. The other kid takes a plea deal. He pleads guilty to 2 vehicular homicide charges and misdemeanor racing for a sentence of 6 years in Florida State Prison, followed by 15 years of probation. Same crime. Now, he didn't crash into the mother and child,
Right.
but he's still charged with the same
Hey, man.
crime, but he took a
Did
deal.
he testify against his friend?
No, I don't think there was any testifying against him. I think it was
Well,
just
when you take a plea deal, the only reason they offer you a plea deal
to save the trial.
is to prevent you from going to trial, but also usually to have you turn evidence or testify against the other person. In a lot of cases, I don't know. Again, you're hitting me with this brand new. I don't know anything about this dude.
Yeah,
I've heard the name. I didn't know what he was involved in. I didn't know what exactly what happened. I'm not going to read up on it because, quite honestly, it's too far away from the things that I'm trying to work on in my life to make my life better. There are a lot of cases like this. There are a lot of people out there that have hit and killed people with a vehicle.
Oh yeah,
a lot.
One of them's running for governor of California.
Exactly. She didn't do a day.
0 time.
Not a day.
Same crime.
Well, she wasn't racing somebody. I don't think. She was racing the clock. I mean, when we're driving somewhere, we're always going somewhere. We're always trying to get,
It's wild. All right. The next one on my list is this dude right here.
Oh, fuck. I already see.
You see
I
this guy.
already see the word Proud Boys. And
You know who?
And I'm already
How have
about
we
to
not talked about this dude? I just want to talk about what it actually is. 2 things that go hand in hand with it that are back to back. But the Proud Boys, I see them pop up because of A, Alex Jones, B, Donald Trump, and C, because they do dumb shit all the time. But this guy, do you know anything about the leader of those Proud Boys? Do you know anything about this guy?
All right.
I'm just curious.
All right. Well, here's what I will say.
I am fascinated by this entire shit show.
Here's what I will say. There is no bigger butt of jokes on the face of the earth than this organization. And I don't know how look, here's the great thing about our show and what we do. I don't know if people know this, and I'm going to say this because I think it's important for people to realize. Lorne and I do not talk about anything at all, ever. We don't have any conversations. None. Lorne texts me and is like, hey, man, do you want to do a show tonight? We barely know each other. Now, I'm not saying that I don't respect Lorne and I don't like Lorne, and I'm not saying there's any animosity between me and Lorne, but Lorne and I do not. So I never know what he thinks about something, and I don't think he ever really knows what I'm going to think about something because I don't follow any conventional thought, and neither does he. I don't even know whether he's a Republican or a Democrat. I don't know any. I know he's got a nice house. And I know he drives a Tesla.
That's it.
And that's and he owns some type of motorcycle business, I think. But outside of that, I really don't know much about it. And I think it's important because and I intentionally try to keep that distance because I think it makes me learn more from him. The only other thing I know about him is I respect his opinion, I respect his brain. And I don't know how you feel about the Proud Boys. I have no idea what your opinion is of them. I think they are, without a doubt, the dumbest human beings on the face of the earth. I think to myself, when I hear the word Proud Boy, the Proud Boys, this is what I would like to say. The dumbest, who in the fuck named your organization the Proud Boys? Who in the fuck heard the name Proud Boys and it was like, Proud Boys? You goddamn right. I'm ready to fucking join the fucking Proud Boys. And here's apparently, first of all, 2 things that I do know about the Proud Boys. The Proud Boys think they are badasses. In their mind,
look at that picture.
In their mind, joining the Proud Boys was one of the proudest fucking moments of their fucking life. Joining the Proud Boys. Second of all, the one other thing that I do know about the Proud Boys is when they became, like, Donald Trump mentioned them at one of the debates or whatever, and they like stand up, stand by or whatever, and they got all fucking excited about it. And apparently, what's funny to me about that is a bunch of gay guys heard about the Heart of the Proud Boys organization and bombarded them with gay porn so that when you looked up the Proud Boys, the only thing you were able to find was a bunch of gay porn, which I think is absolutely fucking hilarious.
It's pretty funny.
I find that fucking funny as shit. Now, outside of that, I know nothing about the Proud Boys other than to say this final comment before you say what you think. Proud Boys, if you're out there,
They're out there.
and you think you're badasses
They do.
in your fucking groups, I've faced down. I remember I equate you with skinhead Nazis, and I beat the fucking piss out of about 10 skinhead Nazis when I was in high school. They fucking threw snowballs at my fucking car, and I beat the fucking piss out of them. About 10 of them. Thought they were fucking badasses. I pulled up in McDonald's one night. They threw a bunch of snowballs at my car. I thought they were going to fucking scare the shit out of me. I got out of my car by my fucking self and beat the fucking piss out of about 10 of them. So here's what I would like to say to you, Proud Boys. Proud Boys, you bunch of you proud boys? Here's what I'd like to say to you. I'm not hard to find. I'm easy to fucking find. I got this podcast. If you're out there, you're listening, and you know anything about our podcast, fucking respond. I'll square off with you any fucking time, any fucking where. Bring all your fucking friends. Bring your fucking bulletproof vests. Bring your fucking guns. Bring your fucking military boots. I'll fucking fight you all by my fucking self. I ain't fucking scared of you for one fucking second. And I would love to have a fight with about 50 motherfucking Proud Boys against fucking me. So, now, with that said, go ahead. Let's hear what you have to say about the fucking Proud Boys.
Well, the guy leader of the Proud Boys here, this Enrique Tarrio,
Which is hilarious that he's a fucking...
Well, people associate the Proud Boys with white supremacy. It's not really what their entire thing is about.
No, not at all. I'm
It's
sure they're a bunch of good fellas.
it's not, well, it's just not 100. They're not just like white supremacists running around. And I've listened to a bunch of the stuff about him because I've done, well, he hasn't been on Rogan, but Gavin McInnes was on there, the guy who's founded the Proud Boys. And so there's a whole ordeal behind him, right? It's still a shit show. But that guy is not some blue-eyed white, blonde-haired white dude. So,
Enrique.
What I found funny is when you look up Enrique is that he was an informant. He was the leader of the Proud Boys extremist group as a past as an informer for federal and local law enforcement, repeatedly working undercover after he was arrested in 2012, and he denies it despite the fact that they were yeah, here's, obviously there's court it's on record. This happened. So that I thought was actually pretty funny. He took a deal, rolled on some people, informed on some people.
Sure.
But what I found hilarious about this, and this is just...
Oh, wait, is that a picture of Mitch McConnell talking about the Proud Boys?
That's probably an ad. Encourages people, vaccinated, whatever. What I find interesting about the way that the media puts stuff out there is the article that I pull up. Stupid. It keeps clicking off of it. It says that he pleads guilty. He pleads guilty to burning Black Lives Matter banner and weapons charge. Let's be clear, and this honestly has nothing to do with the Proud Boys.
Right.
My take on this, I just used it because it was here. But burning a Black Lives Matter banner has nothing to do with what he got charged with. But it's front and center of this article, which I find hilarious. The dude got arrested for having two overextended magazines in his possession.
Right before the January 6th. Yeah.
Was that before?
2 days before?
Yeah, 2 days prior. He was in Washington. He had two magazines that were illegal. But I like how they make it very clear that he burned a Black Lives Matter banner that was stolen from a church, which he got. It's no crime sentencing, no charge.
Well, all right. Here's what I would say
I
to
find
this
that hilarious.
dumbass. Here's what I would say to this dumb Enrique,
And he did
whatever
apologize.
his last name is.
He apologized.
Enrique dumbass. Here's what I would like to say to you, Enrique dumbass, and all the dumbasses that are involved in the Proud Boys, because you're all dumbasses. Every single one of you is a dumbass. If you want to know what a dumbass is, a Proud Boy is a dumbass. Here's what I would say to the Proud Boys and Enrique dumbass. This is what you did, dumbass. First of all, you thought you were some kind of badass because you're wearing your fucking bulletproof bullshit and you're fucking walking around like you're some kind of military badass. And then you saw a Black Lives Matter banner at a church. You walked past it.
He did.
You ripped it up and you fucking burned it.
Well, that's not what happened. It doesn't show how he became into possession of it, of the banner. They didn't know where it came from at the time. He didn't know. It later came out that it was missing from a church. And then he came out and said that if he had known the banner came from a church, it would not have been burned.
Okay, well, anywhere.
Either way.
Anyway.
First of all, it doesn't matter where where the banner came from? It came from a sign shop. There is no religious relic being burned here. It was a piece of vinyl that had BLM on it,
right,
and
fine,
he burned it.
whatever.
Now, we want to talk about, let's move on to the co-topic that goes with this. BLM chapter in Utah came out, the leader of Black Lives Matter in the Utah chapter came out and said, anyone who has an American flag is a racist. And the American flag stands for racism. So he is being blamed for burning a banner that someone had printed at a sign shop. Meanwhile, BLM, on the flip side of this, comes out and says that anyone who even possesses the country's flag and flies it is racist.
Well, you know, these people say
What is happening?
The people that say this shit are just doing that to try to fucking look.
Come
some
on.
people are motivated by the fact that they're going to get attention for what they say. Some people are. That's what their motivation is. They're motivated by that. You can't listen to every single person that says stupid shit like that.
No,
Look,
you
look,
can't, but
I get it,
people
man.
do.
Hey, because as I've said many times, the average human being is dumb as fuck. Is dumb as fuck. And they don't make any effort to learn or listen or research. And so do I think that the flag is racist? No, I don't. I don't believe that. What I do believe is there are people out there who make money saying that the flag is racist, who are able to raise money in some way. Anytime I see anything, anytime I hear anything, all you have to do is trace who's making money off of saying that. I hope that whatever I say in my life, I pray that this is always true. I pray that the only thing I ever try to do is say the truth. The only thing that I ever try to do is make the world a better place. Do I think that the flag itself is a racist symbol? I don't. Do I think that there are people out there that are doing racist things with the flag as their motivation? Probably, possibly. I don't know. I don't know what people's motivation is until I hear them say it. So I would just say that, you know, for the guy in, unfortunately, Black Lives Matter, you know, when I see that organization, Black Lives Matter wouldn't have to exist if we didn't go through such a long period of time in this country where Black lives did not matter. And no matter who you are, no matter what your thought process is now, you can't deny that in the history of this country, there was a period of time where Black lives did not matter. Not just to authorities, to anybody. I try to think of myself in whatever situation there is that people are going through. I try to put myself in their situation. Let me say this. If there was a time in my family's history where members of my family were chained, enslaved, and sold, I would not be over it. I would not be cool with it. I would not be able to just go about my day and act like it never fucking happened. I would not. I would carry that with me at all times. So, not having had that experience, I try to go through my life and be over accommodating to anybody who might feel that way. Whatever they want to come up with, whatever their thing is they want to do, whether it's a Black Lives Matter movement, whether it's a Black Lives Matter organization, whether it's anything that supports the people within their community that they feel moves things forward, I'm cool with, because I get it. I get it. And I wish other people would just be all right, man. Just relax. Don't be upset because they're trying to make their lives better. Relax. Let it happen. And then ultimately, when we all start treating each other well, we can then focus on some of the other issues that we have. Man, nothing would be better than us as a country being able to put that part of our debate behind us. But I can't determine when that moment is going to be. All I can do right now is be cool with whatever you need to do to get us to that point. In the meantime, if there's any Proud Boys out there that would like to take a swing, I'll stand right next to you. And I'm going to let them take a swing at me too. You take a swing at me, I'm going to hurt your ass. I promise you that.
My problem with what has happened here, my problem with Black Lives Matter has always been the name. Genius. It's a genius name. Because you can't disagree with the name. Problem is that the organization do what the fuck they want underneath the cloak of the name. And when you look, and you want to say, we want a country that comes together. We don't want to keep dividing it. Everyone says,
sure,
dividing the
absolutely.
nation.
We want to bring it
together. This woman, who clearly has a position in this organization that matters to somebody, she's in charge of the Utah chapter. I mean, people are in Utah and Black Lives Matter, but enough. I'm sure.
I don't know if
to
there's
cause
any black people living in Utah.
There's at least one.
Right.
But look at her post on, this is fucking probably Twitter. We are Black Lives Matter Utah. We just pissed off every Republican in America. Get on our level. And then this stupid fucking video. It does nothing to bring anyone together. It just, what are you doing? You went out there and said that the American flag, which is not a Republican flag, first and foremost.
Well, all right.
She went out there and she took a wedge and was like, all right, we're just going to divide.
So now you have an option. You have an option of how you're going to respond to that.
Right.
And we all do.
My response is this, because like you said, you don't know what I think. My response is, this lady, just delete her from my life. Your opinion, irrelevant, peace out. I don't need any of what the fuck is coming out of your mouth ever in my world, because you're clearly off the deep end of some bullshit. Problem is that there's a lot of people out there who are probably like, you know what, I'm okay. I like Black Lives Matter, the movement, I'm for it. And then she comes out and says something like this and pisses them off, going, well, even if they're not even Republicans, like maybe some of them were. Well, I would say this, not all Republicans hate Black Lives Matter movement. It's not a Republican hating thing. It's just a people thing at some point, and you're just out there pissing off the world. for maybe
Well then,
reactions. I don't know.
Well then, instead of getting upset about it, I mean, I am faced every day with people who say things to me that are as rude and nasty and dehumanizing as I could possibly hear. I hear people say things to me, and I'm just like, man. And I think to myself, all right, I have a choice here. I can call them out for what they're doing, or I can focus on the things that are more important to me. And I have a really good friend that from college that I used to trust his opinion on everything. And he gave me one piece of advice that I listened to and that I have carried with me and that has been my mantra. Is it mantra or mantra?
Mantra.
Mantra?
Yeah.
Mantra. It's been my mantra throughout my life. And I don't even know how, he and I used to sit at a place called the Rockola Cafe every Friday night for like a year. We would meet there and we'd sit and we'd talk about the world. We used to plan about how we were going to take it over one day. And he said to me, I used to get mad about everything, man. I used to get mad about everything. Every tiny little thing, every indignation, everything somebody would say to me, every insult. I wanted to fight everybody. And I felt like I could kick the shit out of anybody around me. So I didn't care. And I would fight them. I would have groups of people holding me back from fighting groups of people. Man, let it go. I'd be like, fuck no. I ain't fucking. I fought the cops one night. I was like, fuck the cops. I don't give a fuck about the cops. And they were like, the next day, they were like, do you realize what you were saying? There was a group of cops, and you were like, fuck the cops. And I was like, I don't give a fuck. But my friend told me one time, and it changed my life. I don't even know why. It made such a huge impact on me. But he said to me, he was like, man, choose your battles wisely. And I thought about that. And I thought about the fact that I used to fight over everything. Everything. The tiniest little thing. I fought about everything. And then I was like, choose your battles wisely. Use your brain to decide what you're going to get upset about and what you're going to let go. And instead of fighting over everything, fight about the things that matter and argue about the things that are going to make a difference and try to have an impact instead of just running around and being upset all the time about everything, which is annoying.
Yeah.
If you've ever been around somebody like that, that's annoying to be around somebody who gets upset about everything. So I do that. Whenever I find myself getting upset about something, I always ask myself, is this a battle worth getting upset about? Man, look, if the folks at Black Lives Matter, which I fully support the whole message behind it, I do, I get it. If I was black, I would be fucking mad. I would be really fucking mad. And I would go around and I would commit massive amounts of violence until somebody bigger and stronger than me stopped me.
That wouldn't take long. They've stopped plenty of black people committing violence.
Right.
That's part of the reason why
Right.
we're in this position.
Exactly. So,
look, I would be mad at this woman. I would be like, look, BLM, the national organization, said that she's
I'm not mad at her. I'm not mad at her.
Apparently.
I'm thinking to myself, look, here's my way of fighting that. Prove her wrong. Prove that, when people used to kneel for the, when people first started kneeling at the national anthem, people were like, oh man, how can you do that? You're fucking kneeling. It's a national anthem, man. You're disrespecting everybody that's ever fought for this country. You're disrespecting people that have died for their freedoms. And my thought of it was, instead of being angry at the people that want to kneel for the national anthem, how about we just make them proud enough to want to stand up? How about we figure out a way where we reach out to somebody like a Colin Kaepernick or anyone else that felt so upset about the way the country had treated them. And man, let me tell you, the country had not treated me all that great. I fought for it. I put on the uniform for 3 years of my life. I put on the uniform every day. I woke up at the time they told me to wake up. I got up, I did whatever physical training they required me to do, and then I went out and I did the very best I could. Not that great. I wasn't great at it, but I did the best I could to be a soldier for America. And let's take the people that are out there that are upset enough that they don't want to stand up for the national anthem, and instead of fucking yelling at them, instead of degrading them, instead of humiliating them, instead of trying to make them mad enough that they want to stand up. That's not what the guys fought for. Right. I can promise you that. They did not fight for us to command people to stand up. They fought for the people to be able to make the decision whether they wanted to or not. That's what differentiates us from all the other countries in the world. We're different from all the countries in the world, not because everyone stands up because we have to. In other countries, you can look at videos of North Korea and the military displays that they put on and the goose-stepping people walking past the cameras where there's 3,000 people and their movements are precise and they are walking and they are doing exactly what they're supposed to do and they do not deviate, and the people that are there are like, yeah, and that's not even real, and we all know that's not right. Real. In America, we have the ability to decide whether or not we want to do what we're told. Stand up. When that song plays, stand up. No, man, in America, we say, hey, this song is playing. We want you to share the same pride that we have in this song. So I want you to stand next to me, not because you're being forced to, but because you want to. And if you don't want to stand up when you hear it, then tell me why. And let me soak that in. And then let me then share with you why I want us to stand for this song together, so that you feel the same pride that I feel. So when you tell me that the flag is racist, I'm not going to be mad at you for saying that. Let me hear why you think that. You feel it's racist? All right. I don't feel that way, but let me hear you out. Let me hear what you think. You think it's racist? Oh, man. That hurts my soul. That you feel that something I'm so proud of is racist to you. All right. That's tough, man. But let me hear you say why. Tell me why. What is it? And what can I do now? Now that you've told me that, what can I do so that you feel the same way I do? Because I don't feel that way. I feel proud. I'm proud, man. When I hear the national anthem, you want to feel proud of America? When I used to live in my Jeep, and I didn't even have the gas to drive out of the Walmart parking lot. That's where I lived for a long time. Walmart parking lot. It's the only place that I knew I wouldn't be hassled by the cops. The only thing I was able to do, the only entertainment I was able to do was listen to music on my phone. And my favorite thing to listen to was Whitney Houston singing the national anthem at the Super Bowl. I think it was the 1993 Super Bowl. And I would listen to that over and over and over again. And it gave me so much hope when I had none. I had no reason to have any. Everyone in the world made fun of people that lived in the Walmart parking lot. And I was living in the Walmart parking lot for years, not for not for like a weekend, not for a couple days. I lived in a Walmart parking lot for like 7 fucking years. I couldn't get out of it. I couldn't figure out a way to live my life in a way that I could get out of it. I would listen to that song almost every night. And when I would listen to it, I'd be sitting in that parking lot all by myself, tears streaming down my face, and saying to myself, at least I'm in America. At least I have a chance to make things better for myself. And I will do it. My own son was calling me a loser. I had nothing. And that song raised me up. So when somebody says, oh man, that flag is racist, that song is racist, I'm going to listen to that person. I'm not going to be like, oh, fuck you, man. You can't fucking say that about my fucking song. Don't fucking talk that way. I'm going to say instead, tell me why you feel that way. And let me hear you. Let me hear what's going on in your heart, in your mind. And then let me share with you what I've been through. So that maybe the feeling that I get when I hear it can be inside of you. And you can get the same thing out of it. Because there's got to be an uplift to this woman who feels that way. She's like, the flag is racist. Okay, all right. The flag is racist. What can I hear from you? What can I share with you to make you change your mind and make you feel the way I feel when I see the flag flying, when I see an eagle across the sky, when I hear Whitney Houston sing that song? You want to hear great music? You've exposed me. Have you ever heard Whitney Houston sing that version of that Super Bowl song? It's the most powerful thing you'll ever listen to in your life. I've listened to it 1,000 times. And there's not one single time I have listened to it where it did not make me fucking cry. Not once. So when you think America is bad, when you think America is racist, that song, that's why I love music so much. People ask me what I love. I love music. I love music. Music can take your mind away from everything that's happening to you in your life. That song will change your fucking life. And you don't have to, you won't kneel. You'll want to stand up. Don't make people stand up. Make them want to stand up. We can do that.
Right on. Right on. That's a good story, man. I like it. Like it, man. It was real.
What else? What else you got? You got more?
Let's look. This is funnier to me.
Can we do something funny?
This is funnier. So
I got one funny one.
Good. I think this one's funny. Animatronic Biden joining Hall of President Disney World. I think we should put actual Joe Biden in Disney World And we should take animatronic Joe Biden and put him front and center on TV, so at least they can program him to say shit that we can understand.
I would just say that. Is there a difference?
There's
there
a
a difference
difference.
between
The
animatronic
Joe Biden
Biden?
that we have is broken. He is clearly malfunctioning. We need a new version. And Walt Disney has the version we need.
It's bad.
It's
Here's,
real bad.
here's what, honestly, when I see him, and by the way, it's clear they want him out in public as little as humanly possible. No doubt. There's no doubt. There's no
Yeah.
even the people that vote. Look, 81 million. What is the people that voted?
A lot.
81 million,
86 million, 81 million. I don't know.
whatever the fuck it is. Whatever. There's a shitload of people voted for him. Even every single person that voted for him knows. We all know. The world knows. The world knows. This man is struggling to put together a thought.
Yep.
It's not. I'm not being mean.
It's just reality.
It's just reality. He's 81 something years
He's
old.
not 81. He's
70.
70.
He's late 70s.
Yeah, late 70s.
I've had many conversations with people in their late 70s, and sometimes you just got to sit there and be like, "All right,
Right.
okay, I got you.
This guy's old as
I
fuck.
get you,
He's
man.
crazy as
You've
fuck.
been around, man. Good for you for still being alive."
Right. Right.
The woman that flew in the Bezos plane,
Yeah.
she was 82, and
First of all, at that age, you know some racist shit's coming out of his mouth. For sure.
Well, at one point during the press conference, they threw a few questions at her and let her like have the mic.
Right.
She's 82, and she's been a pilot. She's done some amazing shit in her life. She accomplished a lot for a woman in that field that at the time,
Right.
she passed all the tests. They wouldn't let her be an astronaut. One of the reasons he took her is because they were like, well, you pass everything, but you're a woman. We're not going to let you be a fucking astronaut. And so he was like, all right, you're finally going to get to experience your dream. I don't know if she ever got to experience weightlessness or whatever beforehand, but I learned a little bit about her today. But she's 82, and they gave her the mic. And you know that everyone, even me, I'm a fan of hers. I'm rooting for her. I love her. I was apprehensive while she had the mic and was able to unfiltered speak live in front of this group of people and on television because a lot of the world was watching.
Right.
This is not a press conference that was a small deal. This was way bigger than, what's his name, the Virgin Airlines
Yeah,
guy.
yeah.
This was way bigger.
Branson,
This guy didn't just fly higher. He landed his capsule almost on a dime. I don't know if you saw the capsule come down.
I saw the capsule come down.
No,
Yeah.
no.
The rocket.
booster.
I didn't see the booster come
Okay, let me tell you.
But it was like
They
he
drew
said
a
what
circle.
Russell's doing.
They drew a circle on the ground, and we're like, "This is where the booster is going to land." And if you know anything about the booster normally just either evaporates into thin air or lands somewhere and crashes.
Well,
This guy had the booster come back down and fucking land on a dime. They drew a target on the ground, and the booster came down and was like,
Well, Musk does that. SpaceX has been doing that. He's way ahead.
whatever. This guy's
it's
doing
impressive.
it live on fucking TV. Could you do it?
No, but SpaceX has done it for years.
All right, whatever. These motherfuckers did it. It was impressive to
It's
watch.
wild.
And so, amongst all this hullabaloo, an 82-year-old woman, they hand her the mic, and they're like, "Go ahead and speak your mind." She's 82, man. She was way more coherent than Joe Biden. Way more coherent. She was, compared to Joe Biden, she was a fucking encyclopedia of facts. And I just looked at that and I was like, man, even though she's that astute, that in tune, she's 82. So at any moment, this could derail. She could just be like, I'm pissing myself,
Off the rail.
Right.
Yeah.
And, and so when I think about Biden, There's no way he's going to run again.
Dude, he's going to run again.
He can't.
No, he can't run again, but they're going to look. This animatronic Joe Biden is going to run for president 2024.
He can't.
There will be a version of Joe Biden.
Run again.
He barely ran the first time.
He can't run.
Barely was even out there. It's fucking crazy.
It's crazy.
I was like, oh my god, I want to know what it looks like. They should make it like when he was a senator, Joe Biden in there. And what I find funny though is like Trump's not 2 years younger than him or something like that, right? Trump's 4 years younger.
I think
So
Trump's 74. I think.
yeah, maybe now he's 75. I don't know. He's up there, but I always said he was old as fuck too. But the difference is staggering.
Yeah.
I mean, Trump just went to the UFC,
No.
sat behind Dana White in a crowd of people.
I get it. I agree. I will say this. In terms of mental faculties, it's not close.
No.
It's not close. But, and here's the thing that's interesting to me about Trump. Trump could stop being a dick at any moment.
Yeah.
He could just stop being a dick. Because honestly, that's why people voted against him.
Right.
No matter what. Because I'll make an honest assessment of the border crisis. You don't throw out there, I'm building a wall and Mexico is going to pay for it, but instead say, I'm going to control legal immigration to the United States by coming up with some good policies that the people in Mexico are going to follow and that the people around the world are going to think. You could get people to do what there's no doubt that what he was doing was better than what's happening right now.
Right. Yeah.
And so the problem was he was just being a dick.
The problem was the delivery. Yeah.
Why be a dick? Why do you keep being a dick? And first of all, look, man, you lost, bro. I don't care what you say. There was no fraud. There was no fucking dead people vote. There was all this bullshit you're saying and all these bullshit that you're trying to make people. I read an article today where some normal people went down and interviewed Trump and he couldn't stop talking about how much he fucking won.
Imagine if he had ran in like early 2000s and won. That's a different Trump. It's a different version of him. Because what we have now is we have Trump post 2000s when he really became a star on TV. He did The Apprentice. He built a persona that was very different from pre 2000s Trump.
Right. I used to
Very
like
different.
him.
Everyone
I used to
loved
like
him. Dude, everyone loved
I
Donald
used
Trump.
to like him.
People wanted
I really
to be
did.
Donald Trump. He was in every rap song. He was in videos. People loved Donald Trump. And then The Apprentice really took a turn for him because he had to. He
I didn't watch that show.
He turned on a persona where he had to be this strict guy. He makes this. You're fired. You do this. And I watched the Celebrity Apprentice. I don't really watch the other one, but I like watching celebrities do dumb shit on TV. And that's what they did. And it was just them doing dumb shit. And then they would just grill him at the end of it, like they would do him and Don Jr. and the other dude. They just rail these guys with questions, and he built this persona of what you would consider to be the ultimate dickhead boss, like the ultimate guy that's unpleasable. No matter how good of a job you did, you won, still don't like you. And then he took that persona and he ran for president and then kept it. But if he had been like, early 2000s, late 90s Trump, different president, man.
I mean, but
different
but
dickhead.
The thing is, man.
It's too late for that now. It doesn't matter.
Right? No. He's fully committed to the. And the thing is, it's
he
like,
turned it off.
You and I know, as comics, we go to a room. And we want to make the people, there is an addiction involved in making people laugh and being in a room and getting a room to laugh and enjoy what you're saying. And he's now at that point where he's just addicted. He's an open micer.
Yeah.
He is nothing other than they're not paying to be there.
Right.
So he brags about the crowd size and all the shit. Dude, they're not buying tickets. You're not selling. He's like, I get more people than Elton John.
I mean,
Elton John tickets are $200 and $300 a piece.
People would definitely buy tickets for that shit.
They're not.
They would.
They're not.
But they would.
They're not. They're not paying to go
They're
see
not
him.
paying. They would pay.
They
off
would
work.
pay,
They're
but
driving across the country.
I'm telling you, and you and I both know this, the difference between being an open micer where people aren't paying and telling people that they're going to have to pay. Look, even if, all right, let's use ourselves as an example.
Okay.
Because I've told you I'm ready to do a live show.
Yeah.
I definitely want to be in front of a crowd. I miss it. But if we were to go to a bar and say to the bar, we're a couple of podcasters. We have a podcast. We get 900 views on a regular basis. We'd like to put a little show together. We're going to come in here. We're going to need to charge the regulars $5 a head to come in for our show. The owner's going to look at us and be like, man, my regulars are going to come in here. Think about it. What the fuck are you charging me $5 for? Y'all better tear this room apart. And we're going to go up there and some of them are going to like us and some of them are going to be mad as fuck that they just got charged $5 to come in and drink beer at their favorite place. So I'm saying, yeah, maybe some people would pay for to see Donald Trump. But I can promise you, there are a lot of people that go to those fucking shows because they're free. And they don't mind sitting in on you. Maybe $5 they would pay, but Elton John doesn't charge $5. Elton John charges $500. So tell me, and be honest, all of a sudden, the next Trump rally, which, by the way, in Ohio, when he did one, the first one after COVID, no one went, and it was free. Tell me right now, if Donald Trump started charging $500 a ticket to go in and see his little show, and he, by the way, he fucks these venues over time and time again and doesn't pay them for. Okay. Tell me, for $500 a ticket, how many rooms is Donald Trump selling out? Honestly.
I bet he gets half.
Okay. Dude. All right. Well then, let's be honest then. And I think you're being very generous. Donald Trump standing in front of a half-filled fucking room. How many places are anybody standing in front of a half-filled room? How eager is the next venue going to be when you walk in and go, I'm going to fill this place up half full. I want to get this place rocking half full. And first of all,
post-COVID, I think
you're being very generous. I think you're being very generous at half full.
Donald Trump.
Let's be honest. Let's just be honest. If we're going to tell the truth, let's be honest.
I think you can get half of them.
Okay, half full, and let's be honest about what half full would look like, feel like, and mean. Half full is motherfucking. You think Elton John goes out to a half full fucking crowd? Fuck no. And the reason I bring him up is because I heard Donald Trump bring that up again and again at his rallies. Again and again, he'd be like, Elton John couldn't get crowds like this. And I always, every time I heard him say that, I'd be like, Elton John charges $300 to $500 a ticket. Elton John does pack his venues. Elton John does fill the room. And Elton John is charging money. And you're not charging money. You are an open micer. You are going up in front of a crowd that doesn't pay one fucking cent. So, Trump, when you want to brag about how fucking full the room is, and by the way, he ain't filling them anymore. And he's going to smaller and smaller venues. If you ever watched the movie, what's that movie about the band? Oh man, I wish I could remember. It's an old movie it's a fake documentary about a band that goes out on the road and can't fill their venues anymore. Spinal Tap.
Oh yeah. I've seen
Have you ever seen Spinal Tap?
that.
All right. Spinal
Old
Tap,
movie.
old movie. Starring the guy who played Lenny on Laverne and Shirley. And he goes, yeah, right. This is Spinal Tap. It's the name of the movie. It's about a band. It's a fake documentary about a band. They go out when they're way past their prime and they can't fill their venues. And I feel like that's Trump. He's filling the room. He ain't charging nothing. Dude,
Give him time. Give him about 4 months.
you think he's going to be charging $500?
I think he could. I think the reason that he's not getting the traction is because he's just been quiet. He's been quiet for a while.
Because nobody wants to fucking listen
Why?
to
Because
his
he
ass.
can't stuck and talk on
Right.
shit. Get banned from everything. Give him a minute, man. Let him find him.
I'm banned. I'm currently banned. By the way,
Look,
if you're on Facebook and you're trying to touch me on Facebook, I'll be honest with you. I can't communicate because I called a dude a bitch. He complained that I called him a bitch, which I feel like is what a bitch would do. And now I'm not able to communicate on
That's
Facebook. So I am currently experiencing the same level of banning as Donald Trump.
It's hard, man. It's hard to get your message out.
I can't get my message out. They're like, would you like to talk about the Free as Fuck broadcast? I'm like, yes, I would. But if I post, you tell me, sorry, you're not able to post right now. I'll show you. I don't know.
It's funny.
I want to show people. Because people, you want to see what I'm experiencing in my life.
You're
Look at my-
experiencing censorship.
I'm gonna try to like something. This is what I get.
What does it say? This feature is temporarily blocked.
For how many more days?
I don't know how many days does it say. Does it say on there?
Yeah,
Oh, it's so small.
14 more days.
Oh, yeah, 13 days and 7 hours. Trump says much longer than that. He's like, every day he's probably like, I'm going to go tweet. Fuck!
Oh, can't do it. I've still got 2 more years.
Why does it let me have the app if I can't use the app?
They're like,
Every time. I'm going to say this. Trump is probably still tweeting. He's just using real birds to do it. He's just tying messages to actual birds. Sending them out there. So if you see a bird in a tree with a little piece of paper on it, that's probably could be from Trump. Go read it. Read it. Don't retweet it. That bird has had enough. Oh, you got anything funny? You said you had something funny.
I don't know if it's funny.
Could be funny.
It's just, I see the ad all the time,
Oh, this is dick pills. That's what this is.
and I think to myself, no, it ain't dick pills.
The ad all the time.
I see the ad all the time where people are encouraging you. People are retired and they're trying to live a better life, and they're like, what can I do to live a better life? I can sell my insurance policy. Have you ever seen these ads where you can sell I
haven't seen them in a long
all right,
time.
well, I watch Fox News every day. Everybody that
Yeah,
watches
well,
Fox
they're
News
old.
is 70 or older.
Right.
And so on Fox News,
People
there's
want term
two
life
things going on. There's two things going on. There's Mike Lindell trying to resell pillows, which we've already discussed.
Yeah.
And people are selling their insurance policy. They're like, you can live a better life. Don't stop paying for your insurance policy. Sell your insurance policy. And I think to myself, as I watch it, what do I know? I don't know. I ain't never getting an insurance policy because I ain't paying for one. I don't give a. When I die, I'm shocked I'm still alive. Are you going to sell your insurance policy to a company that will only benefit when you're dead? The only way. So you're now selling an insurance policy where you're basically, what I'm assuming is they're buying the insurance policy. They're not buying the insurance policy because they're going to start making the payments for you. They're buying the insurance policy because when you die, they're going to get the money that you were going to get or give to somebody when you died. That's what they're buying. They're not.
Okay.
They're not giving. They're not giving you money and being like, "Oh, you have an insurance policy. You need help. You're an elderly person. Let us step in and kindly help you out." No, you're going to them and saying, "I've got an insurance policy. I'm 78 years old. I'm about to die, but I'm not dead yet. And when I do die, somebody is going to get $1 million. That's how long I've been paying on this insurance." The insurance policy buyer is like, "Oh, really? So when you die, somebody is going to get $1 million? Let us come to the rescue. Let us help you out, insurance policy purchaser. Let us just give you, out of the kindness of our fucking hearts, $200,000 right now. We're going to give you $200,000. You get $200,000. You can live a better life for the next 10 days." Until we figure out a way to fucking off you in a fucking way that nobody can figure out, so that we can recoup our $200,000 and the $1.3 million insurance policy that you fucking have. I can't believe that I can't believe that somebody went to an authority and they were like, "Hey, there's a lot of old people out there that have an insurance policy that they're not quite ready to cash in on, and we would like to step in. We would like to be the intermediary between where these people have fucking bought and paid for their insurance policy for years and years and years, and now they're suffering. We're going to give them a big chunk of money, but when they fucking die, we're wanting every fucking penny." Are you
Maybe go on your
how
mouth.
the fuck is that legal? How the fuck? And it's, by the way, it's not like they're doing it behind closed doors.
No, it's on TV.
They're advertising on TV.
That's legal. Look, man, you just be wondering why Grandma's front steps are frozen over in July. You're like, "Grandma, why are there ice on the stairs?" She's like, "I don't know. It's just been showing up every day."
I just sold my life insurance policy. I've
That's the
now
thing.
got an extra $50.
The thing, this young man comes by every day and he tells me that it's for the environment, it's global warming. So he puts the ice down and then he tells me to be real cautious.
Right. Yeah, we're going to take care of you, Mimar. Yeah. We're going to be real careful.
Yeah. He even painted the stairs black so I couldn't see it. It wouldn't look bad.
What the fuck? How is that illegal?
It's perfectly legal. It's just
Oh yeah. Just like the people that'll do a reverse mortgage.
Yes, reverse mortgage.
That's
where the mortgage company pays you.
That's where the mortgage company drives a giant. They haven't driven a giant enough cock in your ass. Reverse mortgage. Are you fucking kidding me? And by the way, Tom Selleck, who I used to admire, is out there going, "Look, a lot of people think a reverse mortgage is just another way to fuck you in the ass." Let me assure you, if it was just another way to fuck you in the ass, there's no way I would endorse it. But now that I'm 90 fucking years old and nobody wants me to be on a fucking TV show anymore, I still need to figure out a way to fuck people in the ass enough for me to make some fucking money. Are you fucking shitting me?
Oh, man.
It's no different, man. Dude, we try to figure out a way to fuck people right up until they're dead.
Yeah. I mean, it's amazing. It is amazing.
All right. Well, on that note, I got one last fucking thing to say. Some people live free, some people die free, and some people sell
the right to die to some other motherfucker.
We were born free, some people die free, some people live free as fuck. God bless you all. I've had plenty of El Toro. Time for me to go. I got to work a double tomorrow.
Man.
So fuck every single goddamn fucking one of you motherfuckers.
Listen,
I love
donate to the podcast so we don't have to do any of that shit tomorrow. We can just sit here and talk about this shit. Make you laugh. You know, and you know what? If you don't have money to donate and you have a life insurance policy, Marshall knows a guy. It's on TV.
We'll buy your.
We'll buy it. We'll buy it out.
I've got like $10.
You got 10. I got 3. We're at 13.
We're at
We got $13, and we will. That's got to be worth something. It's 13 more than you had.
By the way, Thursday night, even if we ain't doing a podcast, somewhere in fucking Atlanta, my ass is gonna show up to a motherfucking goddamn open mic, and I'm gonna go up on fucking stage, and I promise you this, I'm gonna rip that fucking room in half. And when I walk in the fucking room, everybody in that fucking room is gonna say to themselves, here comes this motherfucker. He's about to rip this fucking room in half, and I'm gonna fucking do it. I promise you. I miss the stage. I miss a lot of fucking feedback. I love making this motherfucker chuckle, but it ain't enough.
It ain't enough.
It ain't enough. I need more. God bless you all. I love y'all. Have a good night.
Thanks for joining us deep into the wee hours of the morning where we are at. It is it's early. We're tired. So I appreciate you guys. Definitely hit the like button if you made it through this 2-hour long episode number 12, the Free as Fuck podcast. You can support the podcast by buying some t-shirt. Is it 13? Jesus, it's late enough. It is 13. Son of a bitch. That's just where we're at. I'm not even drinking all the Ultra, but we do appreciate it. If you'd like a Free as Fuck t-shirt, you can get them in the description of the show. Marshall, I gave him a stack of free as fuck. He's gonna pass them out. So there will be people out there that are free as fuck with t-shirts. You could be one of them. Just get you one. If you want a free Britney shirt, wear one right now. Free Britney. Free that bitch. Let's go. Let's get it. Other than that, man, we will see you guys. I don't know, maybe Thursday. We'll see what happens.
Thursday after I open mic, I'll come out here.
Shit, I'm gonna take a nap before any of that happens. So if you're expecting me to be at work on Thursday, won't be there. I'll be sleeping.
El Toro, I love you. I love you, El Toro.
Amigos.